Hello, hello, are we back? Hello? Are we back? Chat? Did Zora crash the stream? Yay! Alright, we're back. Did you guys hear, yeah? The Zora became our... Actually, he doesn't have a nose here. No, he's cuter. Our Edgelord King in the night becomes the Zoro himself, yeah? And here I started talking about those two computers who are very strong, even though they're named Novice. And yeah, here we go. Diagram 12. There is a difference in king shape. In fact, they're using the word morphism. The morph. King shape, center. If we go for the attack, our winning chances are low for center side. But even saying that, if we escape the rook on 3-7, over here, they're gonna follow up with a gold drop. It looks like a horrible situation, but there is a good move in here. Alright, so let's take a look. Indeed, enemy has 3 defensive generals. We do have 3 generals in hand as well, but it doesn't seem enough. Our rook is under attack, our king is in danger but not in a mate yet. Here the computer plays king 1-8, the Zetto shape. Into the bat cave, yeah? If they take the rook, which they will, yeah, they're taking the free piece. As long as we have a piece in hand in that situation, this is Zetto. So imagine your king is here, we took this. As long as we keep one of those, because they're gonna drop the rook, if we're able to block it, this king is in Zetto. And then again, Zetto doesn't mean this king is forever safe, it just means that it's temporarily invincible, right? So, if they were to take the lance, we're gonna take this gold, because we're in Zetto. And this will be 1 move win. Thanks, Zoro. Yeah. All thanks to Zoro. Alright, now we're gonna talk about the details. Exactly why is it winning? If we were to simply take the pawn, the gold with the token without anything, they were able to kill off our horse. Then I guess we survive. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the board again. It's so many pieces. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be easier for you guys to see what I'm talking about. Give me a sec. Just gonna set up those few pieces that matter, yeah? In hand, they have gold, silver, 2 pounds. Then we have a bunch. We have a gold knight. Sorry. Okay, and a rook here, and then they have a promoted lance here. So let's just go with that. The rest, I almost set up all the pieces. Let's just set them all up. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. So if we were to simply take this, they are able to delete the horse. That's not a horse. Okay, go back. Go back. Nothing happened. Just close your eyes. We're gonna be able to delete this horse. And then take this rook. And it seems like we have a good attack on the king. And I misplaced another piece. But the king can continue running out to here. And as you can see, there will be no mate continuing. I think. 3, 2. No, it's even crazier. Okay, it's even crazier. Sorry about that. It's silver drop. King goes to 2, 3. Gold drop. Yeah, that makes more sense actually to me. Takes, pawn takes, horse takes. That doesn't make sense. 3, 5. Pawn takes. Horse takes. Oh, horse takes. Okay, I see what they mean. So if the horse was here, this would be a mate. That's what they're saying. Okay. Do you guys understand? If the horse was here, this whole variation would lead to a mate. But that's what we just deleted, right? We just deleted this horse from existence by sacrificing it for this gold, right? So this actually deletes not only the defensive piece, but a very important offensive piece as well. So taking the 4 to gold would be losing. Therefore, king 1, 8. If they take the rook, then we take this. I think. On diagram 13, if they were to drop the silver to do the same thread, to make it more complicated, we take it, therefore disturbing this lens, and this will be winning to us. Now, after this king move, what they were forced to play is actually to take off this token. So as you can see, we've exchanged those 2 moves, king 1, 8 for gold 5, 2. And what we've managed to do is we created the Zeta shape before our enemy could. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Like this king move forced the gold move. It's super crazy to me. I don't know if you guys are also like super confused by it. It's amazing. The continuation would be silver drop. Gold can moves, takes here, promotion. Gold takes. And gold drop. And then it's gonna lead to another variation, but let's stay with this amazing fact that this move forces this move. Why is it jumping like this? I'm not clicking anything. This move forces this move. Isn't it amazing? It makes sense, but I doubt I could see it in the game. So let's approach it as any other possible TCG. Make sure you understand this example. And then we're gonna have to look at many other similar examples and learn it the same way we learned Sumain 3. Okay, let's start with that. Let's start to be aware that there's this technique that's very beautiful and it works. And then we can work on the rest. Yeah, it's a very difficult one because, you know, this variation that we did before, when we take this gold instead, we need to make sure that this king like survives actually, yeah, that this is winning. It's really hard to do it like at a glance. But I think we were quite convinced that once this horse is gone, the king to 1/4 that survives, right? If we go with that, king is horse gone, king to 4 survives. So we keep the horse. We keep the horse. We hug it around. We run away into the edge so that the option they have of checking us is limited. And therefore, we also gain this space to 1/8, which is more important, of a blocking piece. King being here, and this lance being here, checking it from the side is very uncomfortable. We take some space from it, yeah? And this, because this example is amazing, creates a zetto. Yeah, it would be doable, but the more of those techniques you see, the more beautiful it becomes as well. All right, let's see the continuation. Now that we understand this fact, that's gonna be a little bit crazier here, so let's just finish it. Gold for 2. If they take it, silver drop 3/1, king 1/3. And then we take off this dragon horse. Yeah, and this would be like, we've taken off their attacking pieces, we're winning, yeah? We got this diagonal piece, we can checkmate him. If they take the rook, if they don't, we can always take this and our king is safe again. This is quite simple to understand. So, if they take this instead, we're gonna take this, and we arrive at the zetto. Our king is in zetto, attacking move, knight drop to 4. We just punch everything, center wins by 1 move. So the important point the author is saying, again, once you create this shape, the zetto shape, you can just concentrate on the attack. You see, every move that we've played from the creation of the zeta was an aggressive one. So this is the feeling we want to remember. Yeah, so basically this leads to checkmate threat. And there's like quite unstoppable from now on, but we're not gonna get into it. This was the most difficult example from this book so far. It took 1.5 pages, 2 pages to explain one example. That's crazy. Okay, so again, the main point. Zetto allows unlimited offense. Yeah. If it's knight Zetto, it's a limited offense. It's a limited offense to not giving the knight to your opponent. Yeah, this is unlimited one because it's the true Zetto. And I think after this today, you understand, guys, that, you know, no check, it means survival. No check means we have less worries. So Zetto is some secret weapon that you like to have, a defensive secret weapon that you like to have. And even though, like, the king move, this is such a crazy move, I hope you begin to understand the beauty of it a little bit. It is super difficult, but a little bit, yeah, step by step. And now we're gonna summarize this chapter into 3 pages, 4 pages, 5 pages, 6 pages. Okay. Oh, so it's the summary of the whole chapter of life extension. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. We're gonna have to go through it, guys. And it's gonna summarize everything. So this was that. Oh, yeah. So this is gonna be... So what did we talk about, guys, last week? We talked about New Gyoku, right? So escape route creation. How to New Gyoku. How to enter king into enemy camp. Yeah, this is the invincible shape that we would like to have, right? Number 1. Well, we had opened the escape route. Yeah, we had our shovel. That's not how our shovel looks like. It had our opening thing. A shovel. And then we had the escape, right? The early escape. The so-called run. Yeah, run. And then we would arrive at entering king. So this is the 3 brain cells that Mifa is using to win shogi games. But yeah, we arrive at the invincible shape, yeah? This is the step 1, step 2, step 3. All right, so again, we wanna avoid checkmate. Yeah, checkmate is the ultimate goal of the game. How to escape it is the most important. New Gyoku is the ultimate way to, like, avoiding a checkmate. Yeah, it's invincible shape. It's not easy to arrive at that position, but once you do, it's unstoppable. Yeah, high risk, high reward. And again, we talked about the talking advantage. Not sure if you guys remember talking advantage. It flips. Talking advantage is favoring the immortals, but once they win the right of the challenger, it changes into hand of shadows, and then they can use it against the immortals. It's a Diablo Immortal reference, if somebody... no, basically tokens are an attacking piece normally, but once you enter the enemy camp, they cannot make them anymore. you can make your own tokens. You can build that token castle. Yay! So the stabby tokens actually become the foundation of your defense at the very end, and they're gonna stab your opponent instead. Yay! Haha. And then the enemy rook is quite confused. And it's an enemy rook, but when you look on the rook from behind, it's a rook, so this is why there's a rook. Yeah, so nobody wanna deal with stabby tokens. They're the most terrifying thing on the shogi board, yeah? So, and the step is open escape route, go there, enter. Yeah, we had those 3 topics. Next, Zetto, our favorite Zoro. How does Zoro work? So it's the temporal invincible shape. Yeah, shape 2. We only know 2 of them. We had the step 1, shielding. Step 2, Zetto. Step 3, Vabank into attack. It's the literal Anaguma way of thinking, yeah? It's literal Anaguma thinking, but instead of shield Anaguma win, it's Zetto instead, yeah? So use narrow spaces. And use edge, escape to edge. Yeah, to your advantage. Invincible. One move win, yeah. Alright, so there's one more way to avoid being checkmated, which is the Zetto. So it's totally unmatable. Shape. It's our favorite Zetto. We are, of course, temporarily invincible. So it's like a power-up, not an actual skill. Yeah, it's like power-up, Zetto acquired. We start with the shielding. We go into the edge, looks like a snake. We get there. Because, you know, the king is safe. It means there's not many ways it can be checked from. Yeah, so basically we avoid snakes, avoid checks like snake. Yeah. And then, I mean, makes sense, like Z and S is very similar, right? So it's like our king disappears from the board. It's kind of like that, yeah? This is how it feels. It's like you don't have to worry about it anymore. And then it makes it easier to win by 1 move. Snake, yeah. Actually, we call it Venge, which is totally different. And Venge makes it feel like very springy. Oh. So I don't know where that word came from. Alright, so we go back to the basics. We have the attack and the defense. We have the fighting power. We have the token. You guys can read this, right? Token. And we have the goal or the objective. Yeah, makes sense. I actually was on a walk like 2 weeks ago and I was surprised. I was like, what is this thing? It looked like a worm, but it was size of a snake. And I was like, what is this thing? And John was like, come, it's a snake. But I looked at it and it was the most derpy snake I've ever seen. It was like fat snake. And yes, sleeping bird indeed. So once I googled it, it was actually a legless lizard. It wasn't snake at all. Yeah, I was quite surprised. It's like the way I describe it's like a derpy fat snake. This is the only way. Alright, anyway, fighting power. So we know that in defense we use 3 generals, yeah? Generals. Basic, yeah? Basically, basic shape is 3 generals. And the basic attacking shape will be 4 pivotal pieces, right? 4 attacking pieces. Token, it's usable in attack and unusable in defense, yeah? The object is to checkmate enemy or capture enemy king. And then we have something here. Instead of stopping the attack, we do not allow that. We say slow down. So this, as we explained before, stopping enemy attack is quite difficult with those tokens being there. Shogi is usually a game of exchanges, equal exchanges, so it's like you would have to take away most of enemy pieces so that he doesn't have at least 4. It's very difficult to happen, so probably that's what's going to say that it's much more practical to slow them down instead. So the first thing that we learned is attacking side has the advantage. That's what we've established in this particular chapter. There are different rules, but the most important of them is it's easier for them to establish a difference in fighting power. And, well, simply speaking, tokens, yeah? We started with king safety being 3 generals, right? The castle is 3 generals. This is what we prepare. But the enemy will have, against those 3 generals, yeah, we have 3 generals. Those poor 3 generals will have to face big pieces, like bishop and rook. Tokens, stabby tokens. Oh my god, stabby tokens, oh no. And therefore, you clearly see, yeah, 3 generals are way not enough against big pieces and army of tokens. So that difference will continue in the game, therefore attackers have the advantage. They will use 4 pieces in the attack. Just that, they will have 1 more attacking pieces than you have defenders as well. So instead of terminating the enemy attack, slowing down is the objective. Slow them down. Yeah. Terminator is not an option, yeah. And this is the smart king, yeah, the good one. Shing! He knows what he's talking about. Alright, Yosuno, so how does the approach phase work? Again, we come here. And Ukegawa no Taisaku. Strategy of defender. So, step 1. Create pivotal pieces. Step 2. Break castle. Step 3. Surround king. That's what we went through those different chapters. You guys probably remember. And now what we've learned is that the strategy of the defenders is pattern 1. How do we name it? Basically, we had the Osu judoka who was pushing away the enemy pieces. Ose, I think it was. Ose? Judoka Ose, right? We had Judoka Ose. We had the restoration of the castle, rebuilding, which had 3 techniques of restoration by dropping a piece, reattaching a piece, and bounding the piece from far away. Those were also 3 techniques. And finally, we had the King Life extension, yeah, or escape. And this was our last resort, yeah. So it was Nyugyoku and it was Zetto. Yeah, maybe let's go with this. This all should be life extension actually. So it's Nyugyoku and Zetto. Yeah, so it was life extension. Hope the chat didn't break. Seminar. So of course, if we can, we want them to go back to the previous stage, if we can, yeah. We want to reverse attacking phases. Or push them back, I guess. Push them back a phase. That's one way to think about it. So, for example, we can eliminate the pieces, restore the castle, and so on. They will have many shortcuts, and what we want to do is not allow them to do so. We had this king exposure and so on, right? We don't want to allow them to do those. Don't allow them shortcuts. Exposure, detach, etc. We had all those techniques, right? If you don't remember, check page 1420. And of course, one of the biggest ones will be the shielding and the creation of escaping route. So yeah, it's important that you understand that shielding leads to a Zetto, and escaping route leads to a entering king. So those 2 approaches are again different, yeah? Entering king is dangerous, but very valuable to have. Shielding is Zetto. So again, this is very similar to termination of enemy attack and slowing them down. So probably shielding will be more practical. Okay, and how do we choose between them, yeah? So shield versus creating an escaping route. So attack is coming, yeah? There is castle leftovers. We have some castle leftover. Pattern. So still castled, let's call it. Still castled. Yes, no. Well, escape route or shielding. So it's called castled with a not actually. It's more like there is something like defenders remaining and so on. Shield, 1 move, win. Goal. So yeah, depending on the castle Distraction percentage level. Yeah. As we said before, the Zeta on the edge had the horse. Yeah, so once you have this horse, you can come to it, survive. Once you have Anaguma, you go there, survive. But we had this example of King Muso, where the dragon and Stabby talking, like just jumping in, there's no stopping it. Just leave it. Yeah, just escape with the king. It's much more practical. So shielding is when your king is still in the own camp. King shielded in own camp. It's life extension, yeah. Technique. Is it narrow? What's the castle state? It's gonna be all very important. And it's important that, you know, we don't allow them to expose our king and that we are actually able to block it pretty well in that case. Therefore, slow them down, you know, not allow them make checks, win by slowing them down as an effect. So I guess this is Snail Technique. Snail Technique. Here, a Snail Technique for you guys. Slowly but surely to victory. Maybe it should be a turtle, like turtle versus rabbit type of thing. And it's important that after we do the snail, slow, Zetto, super aggression. Because that's the only win we can win. You know, the idea is we slow them down. Therefore, we have to win one move faster, yeah? We have to throw everything in the attack. So Zetto is specific case of that shielding. I think that's what it means. Zetto is like the strongest shield you can have. Ultimate, yeah. Alright, I understood now. Shielding is one of these techniques when you try the king to survive, but Zetto is the best shield. Yeah. Zetto equals best shield. Same way Hishi is the best form attack of the spear, yeah? So Hishi is the best spear, I guess. I mean, you can argue that Sumi is the best spear, but Sumi basically means a win, so we are one step behind, yeah? The best defense would be avoiding checkmate, so the same, yeah, just leave it at here. Best shield, best spear. Chinchilla versus penguin, yes. Oh shit, what? Hedgehog versus rabbit, yeah, I guess that works too. Okay, and last one. Factorio. So you see you have a main belt here, and then you have robotic roots that create... All right, let's see where the belt leads to. So we have checkmate. We have surrounding of the king. And then we have break castle, yeah? So then we have ways to avoid those by going into escaping route, going into escape, or New Gyoku, entering king, yeah? So this was more about shielding when your castle is here. Here we have our castle is broken. Our king is about to get surrounded, but we escape. So opposite to that, the escaping route is running away from the castle. Well, own camp in this case, or castle, whatever remains of it. Do not defend against castle destruction. Use the king exposure. It is exposed, we just escape through the half of the board. Depending on the situation, it's useful. There are different ways to escape, but then the entering king will be the best, like, best retreat, yeah, if we talk about best retreat, not retreat. If we talk about shield and spear, the entering king is the best retreat you can have out of all those retreat techniques. The ultimate retreat, yeah. Yeah, so again, the escaping route, the cool thing is you make the battlefield bigger, so it's opposite, yeah? We were talking about narrow. This is fighting with space. Battlefield is bigger. Expansion, yeah, we talked about expansion. Surrounding unlikely, yeah. And therefore we can stop them from surrounding our king. But again, high risk is necessary in this strategy, yeah. We run away from defenders, meaning we sacrifice a lot. So we need to survive as we fail strongly. Yeah. It's the last resort you can have to survive in a shogi game. Ulti retreat, yes. Because it's costly, yeah? It's very, very costly. Alright, guys, that's the end of the second chapter. I believe this might be the last chapter of the book. Let me check, let me see. Yeah, this is the last big chapter. We had the approach phase, we had the life extension. This is the Kobo. And Kobo is gonna be super interesting, and I hope they're gonna have many interesting things. Kobo. It means offensive, defensive. So something between both. So it's something that's gonna both defend and attack. It's gonna be epic. Those are the most epic moves you can make in shogi. So now we understand how to defend, we understand how to attack. Now we're gonna understand how both of them combine and how we can make it amazing. I understand that idea that further the king is from battlefield, the better. Developed into Anaguma Castle. Yes, exactly. No, so the entering king is the different approaches, yeah? You have the best shield, which is the Anaguma Castle, and then you have the best retreat, which is the entering king. So they both are equal. Okay, they're not equal, but you have those two choices. Anaguma is to survive as long as possible. Eventually you will die if the enemy has enough attackers. Nyugoku is never dying shape. So one bases on slowing enemy attack, surviving as long as possible. The other one is saying, I'm gonna create 50 tokens in your camp and you're not gonna reach my king. So as you can see, the second one is more unreasonable, more hard to do. This is why it's high risk. And Anaguma is more practical. Bogyoku, not Bogyoku, the Nyugyoku. Bogyoku is the phase before Nyugyoku. It's when the high risk appears. That's the Bogyoku. So just to show you one example, we'll have a position like this. And the move that we'll be doing... Okay, no, okay, this is gonna be way too difficult. We're gonna do it next week. It's about the endgame calculation. Who's faster? What move you should play? This is what they're starting by explaining here. So I'm not gonna get into, but there will be moves that's gonna be both defending and attacking at the same time. This is what we're gonna do next week. Need to save it so that I don't lose all my amazing drawings. All right. Bogyoku more than enough. Guys, do you have any questions? Like, please don't ask me what is life extension. Do you have any questions to what we did today? Or yeah, to the whole chapter so far? Or anything else? Might regret adding this at the end of the sentence, but... Yeah, Nugyoku, yeah, you need to win by points, so it's like quite annoying sometimes. The Ponyta. Well, Z King is the like ultimate safety. Zeta means it's safe, whatever happens. Who expected the Edgelord to be zeroing all along? Yeah, I also didn't. He's amazing. It's my favorite character. Yeah, shielding against exposing. So this is what Anaguma was, right? We had castle reparation. Oh my, we did a lot, didn't we? Introductions. Yeah, luring, removal techniques, yeah, exchanges. This was such an interesting chapter. Oh my. Oh my. Ninja tech. Wait, what was the ninja tech? I saw rip ninja tech. Surround breaking the gas. Okay. So useless. We were drawing more and more with each chapter, I believe. Okay. Just look at the majestic ABS, yeah. Abs. Unrelated but regarding general game, when you lose focus, what's the best thing to think about or ask yourself to get back into flow of the game? You just go and make tea and come back. If you lose focus, it means your brain needs a little bit of break. You're unmatchable if the opponent cannot overcome your shield of the city of Pogyokuing them. We all were there, weren't we? We all were there. You think, it's no way this king can survive. 5 minutes later, and now it survived. Yeah. I just hope some of those characters make it into Kara's book. Yeah, we should, right? We definitely. Maybe I should make more meme book than I wanted. I mean, hey, let's finish the book first, then we can talk about making a book from this book. A book based on a book. About mathematics. Yeah, thank you for the follow, Ray Rock. I have no idea how to read your name. Ray. Ray Lock. Or is it two I's? You never know if it's like small L or like big I. Ray is fine, cool. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, but I had a blast with you guys with this chapter. Next week we gonna I'm gonna double check if I'm free. We gonna start the next chapter of the Kobo. Yes, I will be there. And then slowly we're gonna get closer to ESC. I will have to take a break from streaming. Maybe I will. I don't know if I want to stream from ESC actually. I have concert to watch upcoming. It's all cool. Yeah. You're terrible at Shogi, but it's always very interesting. Hey, we're all terrible. We're here to improve. Yeah. I find myself in situations where I get back from tuning out and I'm like, what do I do now? What I was thinking at TC. Practice, Neil. Yeah. Alright guys, thank you so much and I will see you on our Discord. The next stream is on Saturday. We have TTK 2 coming up, so we're gonna start 1 hour early and end up 1 hour later. Thank you for coming and being very, very engaging, as well as teaching me some of the mathematics. Loosely based off a Shogi theory book. 40 manga. Yeah, maybe we should do like explaining Shogi through manga. Maybe that's what it's gonna be. It's not gonna be a serious Shogi book. We're gonna force Mainavi to translate it. We're gonna make a manga just promoting the book. Let me quickly check if anybody else is streaming Shogi or anything similar to that. No. I'm afraid not. Unless you wanna watch some chess. Yeah. Alright. So I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.